and we're going. Quake Matthews, my friend, my golf buddy, the well-traveled rapper. He's back here in Canada. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the
Yes,
show,
sir.
as I should say.
Yes. Thank you for having me back. It's nice to be home after a long trip, but it's also mixed emotions. When you're dealing with such a high from a city, serotonin levels through the roof every day. Then you come back here, it's a little bit depressing and boring.
I heard. Did you see the Anthony Bourdain documentary? There's a cool quote in there about travel.
No, but I do have his book. I didn't read it, but I got it.
There's a cool quote in there, and it was I don't know if he said it or his buddy said it. It was like it's the best feeling leaving home, and it's the best feeling coming home. It's the best of both worlds when you leave, but when you come, man, there's no feeling. That's how I feel about travel. But I'm definitely at the point where I got to get out and see some things. And going through your Instagram story the past week was definitely refreshing to me, and I know a lot of people as you went up to New York.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to come home. By the end, I was ready to come home, but then I spent literally like 24 hours in Nova Scotia, and I was like, I need some excitement. So I went down by myself to Dirty Nelly's for brunch one day, had a couple cold ones, and kept the New York vibes rolling.
So what was what was the whole purpose of the trip?
The whole purpose of the trip was to do the Sway's show, Freestyle for Sway, Overtime Freestyle. It's a new show he has. It's on Roku TV and Sway's Universe YouTube and his Instagram. So that was the whole point. And then that got rearranged. So that was on the last night. So that was like on our very last night.
Is that a good thing? Is that because then you're kind of there's nervous energy the whole trip?
No, I think it was because we got to do so many things. Like I thought we were not gonna know anyone. I was like, all right, now we're gonna be sitting here like 8 days with nothing to do, waiting for it. But every day was packed with stuff, like off of like Instagram connections, like my manager's connections, or you meet somebody, then they introduce you to the next person. A domino effect of connections just started happening. Like we got there on Wednesday, and we were supposed to do Sway the next day, Thursday.
Yeah.
And then he had like a family situation, had to go out of town. They wanted me to do it without him, and I was like, no, I'll wait. So we waited. So yeah, I had like a week in New York just to wait around with nothing to do. I'm like, okay, now we're just gonna be sitting here, like, but nah, man, the opportunity. Like the very next day, we were taping a live. The very next day when we were supposed to be in Sway, we were taping a live performance with a full piece band for like this 300 Entertainment Unplugged, like one of the biggest management companies in rap at Fetty Wap's studio. Fetty Wap comes in at the end.
No.
Yeah, like, and that was all thanks to a Instagram connect. It's wild, like, so crazy, man. Yeah, like I had this dude on Instagram. His name's Phil Cho. I don't know how we follow each other. And I always see him with the cameras, and he's like, do you want to come do this live performance thing tomorrow? And this is like right after Sway thing got canceled. I'm like, yeah. And
So you just put yourself out there that you're in New York,
yeah,
and then the DM game just
and then yeah, it's on you to do it. So then, yeah, we show up, and he's like, oh, you're a real person. He's like, because I was like, I thought you were catfishing me. He's like, no, I thought you were catfishing me. I was like, no. Walked us into the studio. It's like craziest studio I've seen. I'm like, wow, all right, it's on. And then from that point on, it was just rolling, man.
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You've been out to LA. What's the difference between the creative energy between LA and New York? What's the difference?
The difference, damn. I haven't really done a lot of creating in LA, but I think, I don't know. I feel like it's like maybe a more laid back, sunny weather,
Not hustle,
upbeat, happy. And New York's just that grimy, like that sound of the train wheels screeching, like people yelling at each other in the streets, beeping horns, tall buildings, corner stores. You know what I mean? It's just a different environment. When I went to New York the first couple times, this is years ago, probably almost 10 years ago. My mom told me I hated it. I don't remember saying that, but I was like, I don't know if I was ready for it. And now I'm like, damn, I love it. Like I feel at home there. I want to, like, I could live there for sure.
Do you know the band called The Band? They're based out of Ontario, and they used to be Jimi Hendrix's backup band.
Okay, yeah.
So they had a very similar story to how they went to New York a couple times and they got the shit kicked out of them, to put it in words. Like people just said leave, couldn't find their hotel, couldn't find the train, and then eventually you come back the third, fourth, fifth time and you fall in love with it, or it falls in love with you.
Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Because like it was crazy. The first, on Seinfeld, when it's like, this city will eat you alive, George. That the first couple times, like when I put in that song rap music, whereas like me and Tommy like spent all of our money and we're like at the airport and split a chocolate bar on
Snicker
the way
bar.
home, like that really happened. Like the city ate us alive, took everything, took everything from us. So I was like, all right, man, like and this time it was a little bit better situation.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's great to hear. To be
yeah,
able to
man.
go somewhere else in the world and feel just a little bit at home, it's the best feeling.
Oh, it's
Being
incredible.
being a famous artist, I think, other than selling out arenas and all that, I think
Yeah,
just going to different cities and knowing the guy that owns that restaurant and knowing the hotel manager, I think
yeah.
that's another cool element of fame that I think is really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's what Kanye said, wasn't he? Living out of his backpack. He's like, if you're a certain amount of famous where everything is free, that's the level I want to get to. He's like, I went to Paris without underwear, and then ended up with whatever company he said,
Yeah.
whatever, like the designer, free underwear. He's like, that's off a connect I had. He's like, you know what I mean? Or I ended up at this restaurant, or you could stay here. It's like when you're on a certain level, I feel like
Definitely.
everything is good. Man, I don't know how we don't have like the deli culture here, like the bodega, like the corner store. Like, bro, there's one on every corner. It's a corner store. It's like a full deli, like sliced meats, everything you can imagine, 24/7. You can go in, be like, give me any sandwich you've ever heard of. It's like the best sandwich you can get.
Vice Munchies is really good at documenting those stores in New York.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah.
Really good.
There's like you go in, and it's like any sandwich. You can get a cheeseburger, onion ring, quesadilla, like all fresh made right in front of you, like Subway, like the
Yeah,
window
yeah, yeah.
there. It's like
But more
then,
homemade.
then you can go to the fridge, grab any drink you want, like a White Claw, a Tall Boy White Claw, like. So that's what we were doing for breakfast. Was like, yeah, let me go get like the freshest bacon, egg, and cheese. Like, boom, give me a White Claw, whatever you want, and it's open 24/7. It's like I don't know how we haven't figured that out. Maybe there's not enough people. I don't know.
And the hospitality I heard is really good in these bodegas.
Yes.
Welcome. I've never seen you before, but welcome.
Yes.
Your family here.
We were
What-
staying in Washington Heights, so we were like in Little Dominican, so our entire neighborhood was like straight up Dominican, like all Spanish. You go in the bodega, like the radio's all Spanish, everyone's all Spanish. Little kids getting pushed by in strollers, sitting in the stroller, hola, all Spanish, like for real. And yeah, at first it's like, damn, like I don't know, but then we just started finding our home delis like across the street, and then we just became cool, like
That's the
after
best.
a while. But
That's the best.
yeah, man, it was crazy, crazy. Going to see where Nas and Mobb Deep are from. Like they're within like from one block of each other. Like
Are they?
yeah, it's crazy. Queensbridge, man. That was a crazy experience. Like I was just playing like Nas and Mobb Deep on my phone, like looking around, like seeing the street signs. Like I grew up hearing them talk about like these guys, the guys that like shaped my childhood, like made me dress a certain way, made me rap a certain way, made me like they pretty much raise you. And then you hear all these stories they're saying and street signs and numbers on buildings and then you go and you see it in real life and it's like it's goosebumps. It's crazy.
Well, you
man.
did a really good job with your Instagram story of playing the songs and then going to the actual location of what
Yeah.
that rhyme was about.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm a rap fan, but not as obsessed as it with you are, and just to be able to see what he's talking, I was like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah,
It was really
pretty,
cool.
It's pretty dope. They have that in New York. I didn't see any, but where they have it almost as a street sign. So like probably the size of like a no parking sign,
Yeah.
and it has the rhyme like on the street that it talks about.
And no one's like writes over it, like it's
no,
just respected.
No, it's good. Yeah. It's just good. Like in Queensbridge, there's like a huge life size mural of Nas that no one touches with or like.
Just like Nipsey in LA, you
Yeah,
don't touch it. It's just,
yeah.
it is what it is. Even though Nas is still with us, but
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Man.
Did you ever feel nervous at all being in Queensbridge? Like, was there ever a point of like keep your head up type thing?
I was. Oh, you like you got to remember it's still it's the largest housing project in North America.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to remember that. All right, like these like Nas isn't here to save you now. Like you have to remember people live here and these are their homes.
And you're bringing a camera with
and
you.
it's so like I was you be respectful of that, and I was kind of like floating around the perimeter and being cool, and we weren't always pulling cameras out and being crazy. Like I got a few quick little pictures, and most of it was just me soaking it in. Like there's a park across the street. I sat in the park. I drank like a Tall Boy White Claw and like was just listening to the songs and like staring and being like, damn, this is wild. Like super crazy. Like it was like Nas has this song called Memory Lane, sitting in the park. And I'm like, this is the park. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
It's interesting how anyone in that part of the world can do that on any other particular day, but the fact that
Yeah.
you've never been to that neighborhood, you got to do it, and it meant such a big deal to you just to sit on a bench, drink a tall boy of a White
Yeah, bro,
Claw.
it meant so much. Like when I got home, I won't even lie. Like I was like damn near shedding tears.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Like it was absolutely crazy. It's because the music means so much to me, man. Like it really does. Like it's like, damn. Like I've been listening to this, like these stories for like 25 years, and it's like, and it's crazy that like two of my favorite rappers like Nas and obviously Prodigy of Mobb Deep, like they're within like a 1 block radius. So it's like you see these like both these stories like within like a 1 block radius, and these are your two favorite like artists. Like imagine your two favorite like whatever it was like hockey players like grew up literally 20 like a stone's throw from each other, and there was like some pond in the middle. It's like this is where they learned. This is where like
Sid and Nate.
yeah, there you
Right
go.
next to each
There you
other.
go.
Yeah.
So there you go. But like, me reading Prodigy's book too. There's like, he was saying like, this areas where people would be like Nas would be out freestyling, Prodigy, Havoc, like just all these people that are like famous now. And it's like you see it. It's like damn. Like imagine that's just your reality. Like every day, your reality is like it's crazy, man.
Do you ever think about your story, how it would be maybe a little bit different if you grew up in that era?
Yeah. I thinking about that sometimes.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah. I wonder what it would be, or if it would be, if I'd be seen more or less.
But it's interesting because you're here, but you have such a unique skill set that you stick out way more. But there,
yeah,
it's who knows?
yeah, I know. That's the thing. Who knows, man? A bunch of what ifs, and then it's like during this time, I don't know. During this time, there's more internet, more ways to be seen, but then there's more competition too. So
That's
it's
fair. That's well said.
I don't know, right?
What was the mentality over there of here in the Maritimes, it's if you're working hard and you're a good person, it'll take you places.
Yeah.
In New York, if you're working hard and you're a good person, does it take you places?
Man, honestly, I was so surprised. Not that I wouldn't be surprised, but like every single person we crossed paths with, we're like, wow, this is like just such a great human being. Like everyone we connected with, I don't know if it just worked out that way, but like in your head, you always think of like, big city hustle bustle, step on this person, whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
crush, and it actually wasn't like that. Like me and my camera guy Joel, just after every person we met, we're like, that's like 9, 10 consecutive people that are just like you could tell, just genuine, awesome people, treat you like gold.
Interesting.
So I was like, damn, this is super super crazy because like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was gonna be like big city attitudes, whatever that means, or like. But everyone was super cool to us, man.
Well, you said you were in Fetty Wap studio.
Yeah.
So he's a rapper. He's a big rapper, and you're in another
Yeah.
country. You're in another city. Was there any
Yeah.
intimidation for you? Like, do you mind if I go on the mic? Like, how did that
He
work?
he just came in at the end, really.
Well, still, like you're with
And,
producers.
Yeah,
Maybe you
it
don't
was
know.
it was super funny because the camera dude Joel, he's never met a rapper in real life. Like he's never met a big rapper, ever. And then so it's like this is like at the end we shoot our thing with the band, everything's all wrapped up, and then like Fetty Wap comes in. It's like you look up at the eye, you see that it's him. Like, it's like yeah, this is him. This is his studio. His platinum plaque, his I don't know how many time platinum diamond I think it is for Trap Queen. It's like 10 or 11 platinums all in one plaque, just sitting there. Then you look up, you're like, yeah, that's him. And he came in, he kind of like, I don't know if he didn't say anything to anyone. Like he kind of just ignored everyone and just went right up to Joel. Was like, how you doing, man? Good to see you. And then just kept walking by. And there's probably like 15 people there. And then Joel's just like, why me? Like what? And he was just super excited to like meet his first rapper. I was like,
Wow.
it was cool, man. It was meant to be.
That's-
Fetty got love for
yeah.
Joel, man.
Fetty got love for Joel. I feel when those scenarios happen, you don't really get nervous anymore. You've been through the ringer. You've done your reps.
Yeah.
You're a rapper who's respected around the world. I feel like if that happened to you at the earlier stages of your career, you'd be like a little nervous.
Yeah.
But this doesn't happen to you anymore.
I don't feel like there's like a select few now. Like even like I don't know. I'm getting, you know what I mean? I'm
You just
getting
don't
too
care.
old, and I've been up there. Like meeting Sway felt like meeting a friend I knew my whole life. Like it was just like there was nothing nervous. It was like all jokes, laughs, like the same as me coming on here. I feel like there would be maybe a few like Nas or something, Jay-Z, like you know, maybe like Eminem but I feel like maybe not even with. I feel like we would maybe, but I don't know. Certain people, like I would say maybe a Nas or a Jay-Z. Jay-Z probably especially, you'd be like, damn, because it just, those guys are like larger than life
Bigger than rap.
superheroes.
Yeah.
Like it's like, but yeah, for the most part, man, I'm usually pretty cool to people, and I don't really feel nervousness or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like you've done it so many times, you've met so many people. It's like,
You're in the room for a reason.
yeah, you're here, right? So yeah, it's cool, man.
100%.
Yeah, man. Trying to think of what else I saw.
You said you were with 50 Cent's engineer.
Yeah, we were at Melissa, my manager, hooked up one of the days for us to go to the studio and talk about mixing and mastering with like their mastering engineer who works there. And this guy, like, we were looking him up online, like he has like a bunch of like he does pretty much like all 50 like Trey songs. Like if you look at it, the list is like just insane. So then we're going there, and I don't know what I was or who I was expecting or whatever, but I'm sitting in a like couch facing this way, and they're like, "Oh, he's here." And then I turn around, and you would think, I don't know, someone who masters like rap music. Like I was expecting like maybe a hip hop looking guy. Like this guy was like somewhere in his 50s, mid 50s, like white guy, like dressed like a
White guy.
like dressed like Bill Gates or something.
Okay.
Like awesome guy. It's amazing, Mark. And he was the coolest guy ever. But I was just like, damn. I was like, so maybe like when it comes to the mastering, I was like, maybe like the older people are the best. And he's like, yeah. I don't know why I was picturing like some kid, like some 16-year-old kid or something, but you know what I mean? But yeah, he was super cool. He brought us through, and he A-B'd like some of our music, like some of my music with stuff he's done.
What does
like,
AB mean?
like all right, like he'll pull it in this session and be like, all right, here's Nose Ring, and they'll be like, here's this song I just did for 50. Like, do you hear how the sound of the drum is cleaner?
So compare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like giving us like examples on like, all right, how would like certain things to look out for to like make our sound better. And stuff.
Interesting.
And then he was actually cool enough to be like, yo, your next single, I'll do it for free, just so you can see, you know what I mean, what it's like or what that next level is. And he explained it. He used a baseball reference. He's like, a lot of pitchers, like from around your neighborhood, there's a ton of them, like wherever they're from. They can all hit that 85-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's like, to go to the big leagues, to go to that 98, it's like it's a select few. And he's like, a lot of them 85 just can't get to that 95, 98. And he's like, I'll do you one for free, show you the big leagues.
I'll show you what 98 looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you do it for free?
Yeah, he said the first one, yep.
No way.
Yeah, man. So that was super.
That's him saying I respect you pretty much.
Yeah, it was super cool, man. It was, he gave us a lot of great info too. And it was, yeah, man, dope.
You're reminding me of a story of, I think it was Travis Scott's producer. He's like not old, but he's a white guy, has a little bit of like a chub to him. He was eating like Thai chicken, and he was in a studio with Travis Scott and just a bunch of hardcore rappers. It looked like, and very similar. I was like, what's that guy doing on a computer in that room?
Yeah,
forget his name. He's friends with White Trash Tyler and those guys. He's with Kanye as well. I forget his name, but very similar. Just a guy who you don't
probably
expect.
A genius engineer, man.
You just don't expect that guy to be there, but it was crazy to see. And you think about it, you gotta know what you're doing on a computer to be.
Yeah. Man, these guys probably. I can't even imagine how long like he would be going. Like I'm sure he probably has been going like 40 years or something, like 50. You know what I mean? Anything, man, you do is like the people who've been doing it the longest.
That's the secret to success, I think. It's just the people that have somewhat of a skill, but they just don't quit on it.
Like they would know stuff that just we wouldn't even imagine probably. Like Same with whoever's been doing podcasting, or this type of stuff for a long time.
I love the podcast.
Yeah,
because most people quit because it's tough. And
I'm sure there's some tricks that Joe Rogan knows that you wouldn't even have thought of. You know what I mean? Just from doing it. Like,
well, believe it or not, man, if you're obsessive enough, you'll find the answer on the internet. Like you can find answers on the internet for things about longevity of things. Longevity is the key to just longevity, man. I don't know. What am I preaching to you? You know what longevity is.
Yeah.
You know what it means.
Yeah.
What would you done if you were Chris Rock? What would you have done?
Oh man, he's coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Ah man, I don't even know. I'm still not. I don't even know. I don't know if I'm convinced that that's like
real
all the way. Like I think it's real, but like, is it? I don't know. Did someone tell him to do? I don't know. Like, I think Chris handled it like a pro, man. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like, he could have fought. Are you gonna fight him like right then and there? I don't know. I thought Chris was a G about it. He said Will Smith just slapped the hell out of me, and he didn't press charges, and he just moved on. I don't know. I don't
It's a
know,
weird one.
because your anger could get the best of you in that situation, and like you might just want to chase him down and fight him. But then what? It's a brawl on live television. What happens then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got to think of guys on that level when it comes to PR.
Yeah,
You know, what if Chris swung back? Then it's like, oh, Chris is the guy who can also lose his temper.
yeah.
It's just a whole nother level of fame that you just don't know. Their PR people are in the back going, "Don't swing back, don't swing back, don't swing back," because there goes that there goes that Apple contract, there goes that Nike contract if you swing back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just crazy to think about.
Yeah,
Happens,
I commend Chris, because that was, I don't know, man. And I don't get it, because Will laughed at the joke first. It seems like
Yeah,
Will
but-
laughed, and then he looked over at Jada, and she wasn't laughing. So then he's like, "All right."
And then he's like,
I
"All
feel
right."
like this is all snowball. Like, Will's been getting bullied pretty hard for like the past 2 years.
Why?
Well,
I think
the
he's a
whole
great
thing
actor.
about Jada sleeping with other people, and
And he stayed with her.
and the singer, and just the way, I don't know. He's been getting bullied online a lot, and maybe he's had enough. Yeah,
You should turn the computer off.
yeah.
He's on. That's a great show though, Fresh Prince.
Mm.
Yeah. I saw a great quote, or I saw someone talk about online bullying. It's like, if you're getting bullied online, just turn the computer off.
Yeah,
But then I guess Will Smith, everywhere he goes.
yeah. I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, I didn't see. Chris spoke about it, but I didn't really see his. I couldn't really hear it. It was like a cell phone footage of like him live at a concert.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Chris Rock's brother, Tony Rock, was going pretty off. He's a comedian too. yeah. I was like,
That's the thing.
I was like, does he feel this way about his brother, or is he using this opportunity to get his, maybe a bit of both, to push his thing forward? I don't know.
That's funny. Chris Rock has a brother who's a comedian. That's the thing. If I had a brother who was a famous rapper or a famous comedian, I'd try it out because I got something in the DNA.
Yeah.
You know, if I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I hear you, man. Yeah.
How
I don't know.
was the subway in New York?
Subway was amazing.
Really?
I didn't even know that, man. I was sitting here, I was like, because usually when I go places, I'm like, I can't learn this. Because you think you got to learn everything. I was downloading an app. I was like, is there an app for it? I don't know. And I couldn't figure it out. Like the first day we Ubered, and like, it's like if you just want to go down the street, like anything, anywhere you're going, it's like $30 more. Like, because it's like,
Might as well walk.
no, because it's like you can't walk. It's too far. Like if you're just going like, I don't know, the next restaurant you're going to might be like a 20-minute drive, or 30-minute drive, 40-minute. It's like going to Truro, but it's just like normal for them. It's like all right, I'm not getting an Uber every time. And then I found out you can just go on your maps, type where you're at, type where you're going. It knows where you're at. It'll be like, go here and turn left. Go downstairs. It'll be like, get on the C train, get out here. It tells you every step by step. You can't mess it up. Like, so
yeah.
I didn't even know that our phones had that now.
I heard that like even wealthy people in New York take the subway. Like
Yeah.
even if you have enough to take a private.
Oh
you
man,
just,
it's packed, and it's like I don't even know if I'd want to drive. It's psycho, man. Like everyone's running across. No one cares what a light is. Everyone's running across, driving across, ignoring all lights. Like if it's clear, you go. It's like it's chaos. So I feel like, I don't know. We Ubered home from New Jersey one night after the studio thing, the Fetty Wap thing, because our boy got it for us. Phil, more hospitality. He's like,
Phil.
I'll get the Uber home for you guys. And then, yeah, it was like, bro, the traffic trying to switch lane, and like sometimes it's just at a crawl. Like, I don't know. It would be annoying. And the subway is fun, especially if you're drinking. It's like, oh man, it's like a club. Maybe not a club, but it's like the amount of people of a club, and it's like.
Did you talk to any strangers?
Oh, of course.
About what?
Oh man, this is the best story. He's gonna see this because he follows me now. So we're coming back. I forget where. Oh, it was the night after the Fetty Wap. We were in Koreatown. Our boy Phil again. He was getting us lit, man. He had these. I don't know what these tequila bottles. He bought like 4 of them. Like they're like porcelain with like blue painted on. I looked them up the NSLC. They're pricey.
Okay, it's good
So
tequila.
it was, and I don't even really like tequila. I was just drinking this like water. Like
Well, good tequila tastes like it just apparently has no taste.
It
Good
was
tequila.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was so smooth.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, it was that was a crazy night too. Koreatown. Me and Joel and Melissa were like the only 3 white people, just all Koreans.
I love that.
Yeah,
though.
it was crazy. But yeah, so we're all buzzed up and we're on the way back from that. So we're downtown New York. Everyone's just trying to use the bathroom. There's no bathroom. Like you just can't. You can't, like, none of the stores have bathrooms. Like, you know how I could run into like Tim's and use the bathroom?
Yeah.
I think they know that there's like a bunch of psychos. Like,
Yeah.
and,
Wasn't
like,
this an episode on Seinfeld? George tried to invent something.
yeah, to see where the nearest bro,
Yeah.
there was 0. So like it got to the point where I was like, I can't even hold it. And we're trying to like make friends with people that are going up to the hotel. We're loaded. Like, let me just come up to your room, take a piss. And then eventually I was like, you know what? Whatever. I just pissed on the street. I was like, I don't want to get arrested. Whatever. So that was it. So we head to the subway. Cool. Because I didn't want to sit on the subway for that long. It was like 40 minutes to an hour home. I was like, I'll never make it. So anyway, we get onto the subway, and like these 3 guys come in, like probably our age or around, like 3 white guys, and I'm just listening to the conversation because I don't know. I find listening to it and people watching is funny, and you could tell they got a little buzz on. And one guy's just like, yeah, and that's basically what it is with artistry. It's all promotion. He's like, for example, like, I think I'm a better rapper than Jay-Z. So I'm sitting over here, and like I'm just like, what? And he's like, yeah, like it's via the promotion. I would be better than, and like I don't want to hit on him. Like I'm sure he had a buzz on, but he was very passionate about it. He's like, I think I'm better than Jay-Z. So I was like, excuse me? So I'm like, let's hear something better than Jay-Z. I want to hear it. Yeah.
Also on you right now.
Yeah, like he goes into his phone. He's vibing. He's dope. Like he's rhyming the words, but he got his phone with him and he's rhyming. Then I'm like, oh, that's super dope. And then I'm like, do I want to go? And then I'm like, so I just start messing around. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming through on the subway. Got my hat and my bat, and I'm just like,
yeah, you're freestyling.
No, like not even like I'm trying to be like I suck.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm trying to be all right. Then he's like, all right, I'll show you. Come on. And then he goes again. And then I was like, I don't know, something got over me, and I just started like going in, like just like
doing some of the stuff you already
yeah,
have.
like loud, like in your face, like I just like switched. Like I was like, let me just show this guy, like, you know what I mean, that I'm dope too, yeah, whatever. So I just started rapping loud, and all his friends are going, oh my god, and he's just going, he's like, all right, you're dope, and I'm yelling this, like I'm loaded, I'm yelling it, doing all the actions,
other people on the
stomping
train.
around, yeah, it was like. And like, it ended up being super dope. Then he had to leave. I was just like, oh man, you're my dog. Like, gave the guy a hug. The next morning, I wake up and he's following me on Instagram or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, that's my dog, man.
That's
and,
sick.
Yeah, he was super cool, man. But yeah, that was like just some fun shit like that can happen on the subway.
That's the best part about travel, because around here everyone knows you, so you can't just randomly do that on like a bus. You up there's some people who don't know who you are, and you can just
no one knows you. It's
you know, you can mess with people like that. Like, you think you're better than Jay-Z? I do too. And then you just gotta go with it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that one. Better than Hov. Shout out to him. No, that's my guy, man.
That's awesome. That's unbelievable.
The pizza up there is. There's a lot of bad pizza too, though. Like, there's a lot of people that just try to, because it's New York, like especially in the downtown, it's like 99-cent slice. Like they're just firing it together, just New York slice. But like we had some incredible, like this place called Scars, easily the best slice I've had in my life.
Whoa,
like it was.
That's a heavy
It
statement.
was insane. I tried the Sicilian style, which is like the square style. It's a little thicker, and had the pepperoni. Oh my God, man! Like just on another level, like incredible, crazy.
Other than pizza, any other good restaurants, like Italian restaurants? Like, do you have any good pasta?
I didn't even have pasta, man.
No.
We're killing the deli so hard, man.
Yeah, the bodega.
Like, oh my God.
Chopped cheese,
yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were killing that, and then pizza. I ate pizza in Brooklyn again too. Like I wish that I tried some pasta, man. I don't know what I was thinking. We ate some noodles in Chinatown, hand pulled noodles, like fresh made. Oh my God! I had a duck breast on the noodle. Oh my Lord.
What do they say? They say when you go to New York, you're going to the rest of the world. Like if you want the
Yeah.
best Asian food in the world, go to New York. You want
Yeah.
the best pizza, you know.
Man, that's actually how I felt. Like I actually felt like I was traveling the world in one city. And like it happens to you like that. Like I'm in Little Italy walking down the street, like
You can have the best cannoli in the world.
yeah, I'm looking all around all the restaurants, like Little Italy. I walk down for like 20 seconds. I look up, everything's China, like Chinese, and I'm just like, now it turns into Chinatown, and it's like just like that. I'm like, damn, this is so crazy. You can literally be in like
Yeah.
Italy, and then you look up, then you're in China.
You're in the
like,
Jewish community. You
yeah.
get the best like Cat's bagels, or
Bagels,
something like
all
that,
of
like
it, yeah.
Lox bagel.
It's crazy, man. It's literally like traveling the world. Then we go back to where we were staying. It's like Dominican Republic. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
A thing I've always wanted to do, and I'll probably never be able to do it, but was there's a guy here, Goshen, that goes to NYU.
Yes,
And
Christian.
I
He did my video.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
live
think that's
forever.
the coolest thing, because like you said, like there's probably so much you can experience in New York, but to only be there for a week or two, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah, you
But I
can't.
think being able to live there for 4 years, get a degree, you'd be able to experience the city in a way that most people would never be able to. You don't
Oh,
have a
yeah.
kid, you don't
Yeah.
have a wife, you don't really have a house, you just got a little dorm, you're poor, and you can just walk around New York and do what you got to do. I think
Man.
being a student in New York City would be the best thing ever.
It must be so fun. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
If I did, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine, man.
Think about that. A student, no responsibilities other than your marks. Even so, if you don't care, whatever. You're a student for 4 years in New York.
You don't even gotta drive to do a liquor run. Like you just literally walk outside, go to the deli, start turning up.
Talk about being a creative individual at a young age in New York. You want to be a comedian. You
Yeah.
want to be a rapper. You want to be an actor. You want to be
Yeah.
a writer. You want to be in the circus. New
Bro,
York
I
has
wish I
everything.
did that sooner. Like, imagine I'm just like you can't change time, but I've crossed the line of 30 now. But imagine like I just trying to imagine if when I was like 18 or 20, just going there and just being like, let me go in. But I mean, you can't take it back. It's now you know. I think I'll be back really soon.
I'd love to come with you.
Really, let's go.
I'll be a fly on the wall. I
You know
won't
what's
even get in your
wild?
way.
You know what's wild? Crosby was playing when we were there. I wish we would have went.
At Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I confirmed with his uncle is like my dad's friend, and he like follows me on Twitter
Rob,
and stuff like
or-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of like I was like, oh, Sid's playing in
New York.
New York. He's like, you know, just throwing like seeing if he had any connections. He's like, gonna be a good one. I'm like, yeah. And Lindell, wild enough, Lindell played when we were there too.
Against the Knicks.
Yes,
Or Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, and like there was a Sykes' uncle, Syke the Prince. His uncle was there. I went and saw them, and I was looking like they got pictures. I was like, oh, I didn't even know they were playing the Bucks. I was like, damn, we could have went to that too. But there's so much stuff. It's like, how do you?
That's the thing, and I bet at the same time there was 4 concerts you would have loved to have been to at the
Yeah,
same night.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Like this.
The energy.
Yeah, man, the energy is wild. It's wild, man.
I can't believe Lindell was there with the time you were there.
Yeah, and I saw him and Sykes' uncle had like the Nova Scotia flag, like
in the
picture,
crowd.
like on the court. I was like, damn. Yeah, I was like, this is crazy, man. I wish we would have went, but
It's tough to probably reach out to him at that time because he's not looking at his phone the day of a game. The day of a game.
I found out after. I didn't even know
Oh.
because I didn't even know until I saw the pictures after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing about the connections you can make in New York and just the people from where you're from, even Nova Scotia, that are just in New York.
yeah,
Like you look at a guy like White Trash Tyler who's out in LA and the connections that he's able to make, but help people from Nova Scotia.
yeah.
You know, it's just
crazy.
incredible. If you're
Every time, when we went out there last, he looks out like
he looks out.
he came and checked us and like stayed with us the whole night and like was like, do you guys want to go to these certain parties? And like he was more than willing to like bring us into his world or whatever he's doing down there too. So it's a beautiful thing, man. I feel like Nova Scotians, in other parts of the world, I feel like we stick together.
Mm.
You know, here, who knows? But
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe it's different. But other parts in the world, like I feel like people that maybe even wouldn't hang with each other here would, if it's in like another part of the world, they'd stick together.
I remember I was trying out for the Mooseheads, and I had a buddy playing for the Moncton Wildcats. Andrew Roski grew up in the North
Yeah,
End.
yeah.
And he was already on the team on Moncton. I was on the bubble with the Mooseheads, and we were going up for a face-off against one another.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had the face-off, and he looked at me, and he's like, just win it. because he's on the team. I'm still trying to make it, so it looks better if I win the draw back.
Oh wow.
And he just kind of let me have it a bit, and I always remember that. Like
Wow.
even though we're in New Brunswick, we grew up together. He's gonna
Yeah.
let me have this.
So he's playing on the other team.
He was on the team. Yeah, we're taking a face off against one another.
Wow.
And he's just went because he's on the
Yeah.
team already. And
Yeah,
I always
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just little
So
things
what is
like
it, an
that.
exhibition game?
It was an exhibition game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was tryouts.
Wow. That's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
That's big of him. That's dope.
So it's just like stuff like that people, if you grew up together and you're from the same part of the world, you look out for each other in
Yeah.
certain ways, and that's just another example of I'm gonna look out for you.
No, that's super cool, man.
I remember when you introduced me to Classified. Like Classified was on this podcast because of you, and that's a huge I'm sure Classified gets a million. Hey, do you want to be on my podcast? Hey, you want to be my? But he said yes because you backed me. And I'll never forget that. That's just
Damn.
another example of how you help out local artists like me who were on the come up in the podcast game.
Man, I don't know. Nova Scotians, man, we gotta look out for each other. We gotta, I don't know, something about it here, man. We're a different breed. I don't even know. I feel like, and it's crazy because I feel like we have so many people that have made it worldwide at what they do, and it's like it's such a small place. Like, man, think about it. Like everyone knew Trailer Park Boys down there.
No way.
Everyone.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Everyone knew. Everyone knew. Even Trouble Andrew. Shout out to Trouble Andrew, man. Like when everyone knew his stuff. That was like when he was popping off with the Gucci Ghost, like doing all the Gucci spray paint thing.
His sister was on here.
Yeah, Maggie. Yeah.
Maggie.
So everyone like knew that stuff too because like obviously like every big celebrity was like wearing it and everything. Like he's from Nova Scotia too. It's crazy, man.
Unbelievable. When she came on, and I actually had no idea. I feel like I should have known. I felt like I was kind of rude that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But that her brother was the Gucci Ghost.
Yeah, man.
But just like that symbol's known all over the world.
Yeah, people like man, they hired him. They hired him. It became so cool that they hired him to do the official Gucci.
Well, she said that he was spray painting over like Gucci advertisements all over New York or all over LA it was, and he was just putting his ghost.
Wow.
And instead of suing him, they
they hired him. Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yeah, that's so crazy, man. And then it was like Elton John was wearing it, like the Beyonce, like this is the craziest. Like everyone was wearing it, bro. Like it was crazy. It popped off.
Crazy.
Nova Scotia, man, got a lot of creative. We must have some creative juices here, man. There's got to be something.
It's a weird word. It's a weird part of the world, man. Think about it, like the best hockey players from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did that. That's very. We have some of the best artists from here. We have a guy that was in, Kanye West Kitchen filming him and Kim. And, it's a weird, very talented group of people here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's weird. It's crazy.
They should do some type of, I don't know, documentary or something, or it just follows around or puts it all together somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. What's it like when, talking about the Gucci Ghost, instead of suing them, they hire them?
Yeah.
What's it like when, like, a company randomly reaches out to you and, like, hey, we want to buy this beat for X amount of dollars? And you're like, what? Remember, like, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but, like, remember when we were golfing and you're like, yeah, like, this company wants to buy a beat I made or this song, a jingle I made.
Yeah, or whatever, yeah.
Like, how weird is that for you? It's like, I had no idea that's even an opportunity in the business.
No, I think you got that one a little twisted. Like, I knew that they were looking for something.
Oh, you knew?
I knew what they were looking for something, and I made something specifically for it.
Well, how weird is it when they reach out to you?
No, when you get like selected or whatever. I mean, it's cool. Like, I mean, sync placements. I like the like TV shows and stuff like that. Like I've had a couple in like random TV shows. That feels cool.
But is it ever like when you're in the studio and you're working and you're trying to make an album, you're trying to make a beat, trying to make a song, whatever it is in the back of your head TV placement?
No. That's why my manager tries to like tell me to just finish song ideas. She's like, every one of them, finish them, because sometimes I just start an idea and then I'll move on. Or the Beats by Dre is looking for these 4 little 30-second jingles. I'll try to make them and then I'll never finish them. But she's like, finish the songs. That way we can pitch them for somewhere else, even if they're not for you. And I got to get that in my head, because if something's like turning out to where I don't think I'd use it or it doesn't fit with my album or something, I'll just like be like, whatever. But I should start really finishing all my ideas, even if they're not for me. And I think that's a lesson for any writer out there too. Is like if you got a song and it starts taking a different direction, and it's like someone else's shoes or something you wouldn't use, or the sound is a little different, just finish it, because you never know. Like 4 years down the line, it might be like used for like a movie trailer or something.
Like a Gap commercial.
Yeah, or like a Gap commercial or any commercial. And it's like that's what I really got to start paying attention to. Like for example, I did the show Empire. They have like rappers in the show.
Very well. Yeah.
Yeah, they asked me to. They were taking submissions for this one character. His name was the Preacher. He was like a conscious rapper. They were gonna take whatever it was, buy the song, and then your voice wouldn't be in it. Like he would say these lyrics for the show. So I didn't mind. They're like, yeah, we're not feeling it. Whatever. I was like, cool. Nothing ever happened with it. Like 4 years later, I get a call. They're like, yeah, this is at the end of like this Kevin Durant show, Swagger. It's like a new show about Kevin Durant's life. It's like the final scene. It's like the most powerful scene. I was just like, this is wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just don't know. And this is like 4 years later. Like I forgot I even made that thing.
Wow.
And it's like, I feel like that's the beauty of it. Nothing is ever too old, especially like in an internet era too. Like songs can blow up that are like 3 years old on TikTok, 10 years old. And it's just like, it's crazy, man.
You're shaking your head like, yeah, I know.
Nothing's ever, you know what it shows me? Like when I used to want to give up, or now I'm like, nothing's ever over, because tomorrow, because of the internet or because of the way everything is, tomorrow could be like the craziest thing ever. Like it might be from like, oh, your song from 2009, like we want it for, so it's just like, if you keep that open, keep the possibilities open, it's like, you're never finished.
Yeah.
You're never down and out. Like there's always something. And every time something bad happens, or every time everything's going completely wrong, like something crazy happens to me. Like
I could talk on that topic for hours about how when things are going, you know what I mean, when things are going wrong, just wait a day. You'll get the call you're looking for. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's
so
a weird thing. The universe will always look out for you as long as you're putting energy towards what your goal is.
You know what I find? I find every time you're about to level up, like everything goes wrong. So it's like, all right, you're just say you're like, this is the first ceiling. Say like, all right, smooth. Then it's like you hit this ceiling. It's like everything goes wrong. You want to quit. And if you can break through that ceiling, then it's like, okay. But then soon there's going to be another ceiling. And then you got to just keep repeating that process over and over. And it's like, I feel like it's the universe throwing like a brick wall at you and being like,
what's he going to do?
If you can make it through this brick wall,
yeah,
there's a beautiful reward for you on the other side. And that feeling is going to last until you get to the next brick wall. And then that's all life is, just a set of brick walls that never ends. And unless you're like Jay-Z or something. But I'm sure he got brick walls too.
Just at a
They're
different
just
level,
probably made out of like gold.
It's weird. I kind of like, not that I look forward to these moments, but I don't get, like, I'll give you an example. We had a contract that we bid for, and we really liked. They loved the bid, but they ended up going with someone else. And I was down, and I was like, for an hour, I was like, God.
Yeah.
Not even the day later, 2 hours later. Hey, Justin, we love you. Can you do this for us? The same week as the bid that I didn't get accepted for.
Wow.
And it was just one of those things like, Justin, why do you even get down on yourself anymore?
There's no point. It's all going to balance out.
Justin, how do you know High Button's going to work out? It's already working out.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's just,
you just got to know.
You just have to know. It's a knowing. It's a knowing.
It's a knowing. That's what Jay-Z said.
Did he?
He said it's a knowing. Yeah.
It is a knowing.
It's a certain knowing of like, you know.
There's no doubt anymore. It's just a knowing, because there's going to be times where things happen, but it's just a knowing. It's
going to be good. There's going to be bad.
We had no podcast lined up for this week. We needed one more. I wake up. Who texts me?
Yeah,
it's a knowing. It just, you know, it's a weird.
It's so weird. It's the universe. You're in tune. You're in tune with the universe, man. I want to start studying this stuff more, because I feel like there is so many aspects that we don't know as human beings. Like there has to be, like, just the craziest things, like you said. Like I don't understand. Like, okay, for example, we were when we were doing the Queensbridge, I was like, I wish we knew someone here. I was like, when we were down in St. Lucia, Yogi's brother Nate, shout out to Nate, I was like, he was just so tapped into the community. He was like a king there. It was like we could walk anywhere and like it was all good. I was like, I wish we had someone like Nate here, blah blah blah. Haven't talked to Nate in like maybe like 6 months. I get back to the hotel, a message, yo Quake, it's a voice message. Yo Quake, man, I just want to let you know, like, I'm seeing everything you're doing, man. I'm proud of you, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm just like, I was just literally talking about you. Like, there has to be something that we don't know yet. That's like the way energy works, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to not believe in coincidences, or if like, you know, if something like, or like what you said, if something fails, something automatically comes through. Like the day Sway gets canceled, I'm now doing a live performance with a band.
It's meant to be.
At Fetty Wap. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's like where you're supposed to be at right now is completely. It's where you're supposed to be. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be in that chair.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's simulated. Where
Yeah.
it's already, your future's already determined. You just don't know it.
They say worrying about worrying about the future is anxiety. Worrying about the past is depression.
Yeah.
So they say that's why you should always just try to be present in every moment. You know.
Everyone's like, I hate getting older. I love getting older because you figure these tricks.
is kinda
Life
cool.
is a trick.
Yeah.
You got to figure out tricks.
Yeah. Lots of tricks. Tricks are for kids.
What's Oh, this is the game we were talking about yesterday, Jeff. Now that COVID's kind of taking a back seat.
Mhm.
Kind of. I saw you had a couple shows out in.
Yeah, that
You were
was
somewhere.
New Brunswick. It was fun.
Yeah.
Little getting warmed up.
So
Knocking the dust off, man.
where's your head at right now when it comes to this summer for live performances? Like, what are you and your management team like scheduling?
Man, I think I'm ready. Like I'm
Yeah,
ready.
I know you're ready, but
Yeah.
is COVID ready and like
That's
other
what
bars
that's
ready?
what I'm worried about. Like I'm just like I don't know, cause now I'm just waiting. Like
What are venues saying? What's
that's what I'm wondering, cause it's like, you know how it is. Any 2 weeks they could be like, oh, it's all bad, it's all closed again.
Yeah.
I hope we can get through this summer. Like I really, really do. I hope I have some stuff lined up. I'm hoping that goes on, and
It's just tough to take money from ticket sales and give it
Yeah,
back. It's like
yeah.
you don't want to.
it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's you had that happen, didn't you? You lost a big amount on something, a tournament
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I don't know. I saw they announced something today in New York, which I'm trying to somehow get a spot on this. It's Rock the Bells. It's LL Cool J, Ice Cube, Rick Ross, Diplomats, Jadakiss, Scarface, Lil Kim. But Scarface always looks out for me. You know what I mean? Super cool cat. So I'm just trying to get in there somehow. Let me open.
What month?
It's August, and it's in Queens, New York.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, if I can get, I don't know, they must have like a little warm up or even like a side state. I'm just trying to get in there somehow.
Interesting.
So I'm like, damn, if I'm there and like I see Scarface and he's obviously like well respected amongst all those, I'm like, this is where the manifestation. I'm like picturing like, what would that be like if I'm back here, get in with all those guys? Like that could be just a life changing.
If
so
you
it's
need an
like,
entourage, let me know. Me and Tommy will come. That'll be a trip of a lifetime.
Yeah.
August in New York.
August, man, yeah. And you know what's funny? I should tell Tommy, because the time that New York City ate us alive and took all our money, we went for Rock the Bells, and Rock the Bells got canceled. So we were just like, all right, we have nothing else to do. We just started spending all of our money. And the city ate us alive. We were going over to New Jersey, over to Ransoms, doing some music, and then I left my phone in the cab over in New Jersey.
Oh.
And I got to pay him $100 to bring it back, and then drinking Four Locos, ended up on the hotel floor face down, and I was not hearing it that trip.
You got to see Rock the Bells again. You got to see it again.
I gotta go make up for it, man.
In
Yeah.
August. Oh, it's the best month. Get some
Beautiful.
golf in, maybe.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, man, I bet that New York is dope in the summer, because like it was freezing, like it's some of the days, like it was bad.
Wind tunnels.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, I wonder how it would be in the summer. Like, I bet you it'd be super fire.
It'd be interesting for that event, Rock the Bells, in August. How it works out when are they signing artists right now already to perform?
Yeah, that's the flyer that I just said, but they said more to announce.
Right.
But I'm wondering if there's always opening acts that wouldn't be on the big poster. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder if I can get one of those slots. You know what? I'm gonna look at the camera right now. You mark my words. I'm manifesting it right now. I'm gonna be on Rock the Bells in New York in August. Even if it's the first opening slot, I don't give a whoa. I'll do 1 song, 2 songs, whatever. Mark my words. And when it happens, you can rewind this clip, and I'll be like Gary Vee. Back in 2009, I predicted NFTs. I'll be like that, and I'm manifesting it now.
Book your flights, get your tickets, Quake Matthews.
Get your tickets, book your flights, warm the pizzas up. I'm on the way.
I'm pumped for this summer, man. It's gonna be a great summer. It's gonna be a
Yep.
lot of fun. A lot of golf. We got to be playing a lot of golf.
Yeah.
We're gonna be performing a lot. Little
Did you get a
backstage.
membership anywhere? No.
Yeah, I did. I got one at Granite, and me and Osprey actually just worked out a deal,
Oh,
so we'll
wow.
be at Osprey. So we'll
You
figure
went
out
to
this summer.
Granite, did you?
It's just me and Jasper. We usually get off. We're done work around 5,
Yeah.
and it's the traffic for us.
Did
It
they
takes
up
20
the fee
minutes.
from last year?
Well, I didn't pay last year, so I don't know.
Yeah, but what did you pay this year?
1,100.
Oh yeah, they upped the
Plus
fee. I
tax.
paid like $750 last year.
Oh yeah, that was the early
They're-
bird special too.
They're
1,100.
fixing it all up. They're fixing all the fairways up, taking out the rocks.
It's the bugs, man. It's the bugs that get you. The
Oh.
bugs are bad from.
Bad out there.
But I got a plan. I bought some long sleeves.
When's Mother's Day?
I
think
it's
my
like
dad
the
had-
week after Easter. So
Okay,
the
my
last
dad
weekend
had
of
like a
April.
saying. I forget what it was. The bugs are bad from Mother's Day to Father's Day. I think it was
That makes sense. It
Yeah.
does make
Does
sense.
it make sense?
I remember just good.
Yeah.
The good thing about the bugs is that you get to blame your golf game on them.
Yeah.
This bug was in my ear on
Over
that putt.
there,
It
no,
was
over
good.
there, they're like annoying.
Oh.
Like I was thinking about, I went and tried to buy like nets
the net,
and hats.
yeah. Blackburn bought a net.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's crazy. It adds 5 strokes, 6 strokes to your game.
10.
Yeah.
You can't do it. But that's it. But it's just for the amount of money I'm paying. It's 1,100 all you can play golf.
Yeah.
And me and Jasper, 5 o'clock. He usually picks me up. I pick him up. We're there by 5:20.
Yeah.
Tee off
Even
at
to play 9,
5:30.
Play 9.
Oh, that we rarely play 18.
Yeah.
we'll play 9.
11, 12, whatever you can get done.
The sun's going down at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the summer,
Yeah.
and then we're done, good to go. Are you going? You should.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. A lot of the guys I played with this year have kids and stuff like that. Like Andrew had a kid. Like
Alex had a kid.
Yeah.
Jasper's having a kid. Everyone's getting kids.
man, I haven't seen Drew in a while.
No.
He's looking after his kid.
They need to invent a stroller golf cart.
Yeah.
You put the kid in the cart and the club's
Yeah.
on the back. You bring the kid with you.
Yeah, I think they should. Yeah. It's all life's changing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
I
How much
don't-
time are we at, sorry? 55 minutes?
Perfect.
Holy smokes. What are you doing the rest of the day?
I signed a contract with myself this morning
Congrats.
that said I was going to that I will go to the gym every single weekday moving forward.
awesome.
So I think I gotta go. I learned it from Kobe. I was watching a video. He said he signed a contract and put it like in his room. Like when he woke up, he saw it. Had to see it. So I'm gonna try to get buff for Rock the Bells this summer.
You're just doing all chest and arms all summer. You'll take your shirt off
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
dude, thank you for coming. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. I always
appreciate
love
it.
having you over, man. We're going to
Yep.
maybe even go to Indian Lake today, hit a couple balls. We'll see what
Oh
happens.
yeah, maybe that'll be my workout. Cause I put gym/workout. So as long as I'm doing something, exercise.
Come play hockey with us on
Golf's a workout, right?
if you walk. If
Yeah,
you,
it's
if
a
you
walk.
walk and you carry your clubs,
Yeah.
just like do a couple like lunges while you're
Couple
doing
lunges. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, man, thanks.
All right.
Gonna be a good
God
summer.
bless. See you at Rock the Bells.
Everyone listening, thank you very much for tuning in. We're putting this out on Friday, so the weekend's here. Have fun, work hard, have a couple cold ones, put your feet up,
My new video, Nose Ring, is out right now. Nose Ring. Go check it out.
and that's all we got to say. We are out. Peace.